Ladies and gentlemen, we are ready for our first of two title fights this evening, and this is the co-main event of the evening. Making his way to the ring and fighting out of the red corner, it's Tavares.
Hello, friends, and welcome back to Thai Championship Boxing number 43 as we move into our title fights. Starting us off, we got Tavares making his way to the ring, representing Pinto Muay Thai. This fighter has notched up 12 victories in his career and is looking to make a lucky 13 with the belt in hand.
Yeah, 12-6 is his record. Tavares, I mean, that's a heck of a record, man. He's got a lot of fights under his belt, and man, a guy that 125 pounds, 5'9", not small for the weight class, and excited to see him. I'm sure he's going to be hungry coming in, trying to capture this 125-pound TCB title belt.
And one of the nice things here about Muay Thai is that it's very easy to gauge who you are in Virginia by the age compared to how many bouts you fought in. Kai, being at 12-6 at only 25 years old, speaks to me as someone who doesn't get knocked out very often, that gets that volume fights under his belt to really build his own brand of Muay Thai. And I think here and now he's very deserving of this title shot. That being said, this is going to be a tough one. Look at his opponent here, Brent. He's going to be introduced shortly.
Yeah, I'm excited to see this one. Let's see who's coming in the blue corner. Let's send it to Chris.
Salisbury Center, the champ is here. Making his way to the ring and fighting out of the blue corner, it's Joash Otero.
I talked about how much of a matchup we got here. I'm not lying here, Brent. Tavares has to face off against Joash Otero, our reigning, defending TCB flyweight champion. Currently fighting out of Shift Combat Sports. He's looking to set up and really kind of avenge Shift's reputation tonight, as we had that pull out from a fight earlier. Shift wants to ensure that they keep this title under lock.
Yeah, I mean, exactly. Yeah, this is from the same team that had that weird incident where their fighter just walked to the ring and couldn't enter. But Joash Otero looks ready and able and game, and his outfit is the traditional Thai garb there with the outfit and the flowers. And man, he is ready to go. He is the champion here at TCB at 125 pounds, the flyweight title. And you know what they say: if you want to be the champ, you got to take it from the champ. And Tavares is here to do just that.
Or at least try to do that, Brent. I really do think that this is going to be an incredibly difficult fight. Both sides with great finishing potential in particular. That's something to watch out for as we move into these Class A bouts. In general, these are fighters who use every tool at their disposal, and they do so with the utmost comfort. A lot of other people in TCB, still forging their legacy, developing their skills here and now. This is the ability to make a statement, move on to pro bouts, or whatever else you want to do in the realm of combat sports. If you succeed here in TCB, that door is open for you.
Yeah, TCB, the proving ground in the Muay Thai, the Muay Thai category here on the East Coast, and if you're a champion here, it's the real deal, man. You are the real deal, and it's something that holds a lot of prestige. And both of the fighters here going around the ring, paying their respects in each corner, and I am really excited to see this title fight. Whenever there's a title on the line, the guys are coming in a little extra hungry, and I don't assume this will be any different.
Well, as they close the ring, we're also going to throw it back over to Chris Fuller to make this one official. The first of our two title fights at our co-main event tonight, about to get underway.
Ladies and gentlemen, once again, this is the co-main event of the evening. This bout is scheduled for, hold on. 5 2-minute rounds, and it is for the TCB flyweight title. It is brought to you by our friends at Tobaccoology, fine cigars and tobacco, run by fine people with locations in Manassas and Haymarket. And Blue Label Customs, customize your life. And now, starting out, fighting out of the red corner, making his way from all the way out in Las Vegas, he stands 5'9", weighs in at 125 pounds, fighting out of Pinto Muay Thai with a record of 12 wins and only 6 defeats. It's Kai Tavares. And his opponent, fighting out of the blue corner, standing 5'9" and weighing in at 125 pounds, fighting out of Shift Combat Sports with a record of 12 wins and 6 defeats. He is the reigning, defending TCB flyweight champion. It's Joash Lil Sweet Otero. Ladies and gentlemen, referee Mike Weber with the fighter instructions.
All right, gentlemen, protect yourself at all times. Obey my commands at all times. Press gloves, back to corners.
Here we go in our co-main event here at TCB 43. Excited to get this one underway.
Absolutely. Brent, you know, we talked a lot about the diversity of fights that we get to see in TCB. Throughout the night, we've had tall versus short. We've had thick versus thin. We've had incredible strikers versus people looking to get in on the clinch. Here, what I really like is that we have 2 fighters with same records, same reach, looking to just face off, prove that their skills were worthy of that 12-6 count, but already champion, maybe a little bit of a struggle situation, a slip, a fall, not going to be called out by the referee here, but that is already Kai Tavares in the driver's seat.
Yeah, it looked like he might have rocked him a little bit when he fell, but maybe it was just the way he got up. Either way, great right hand from Kai, and both fighters coming out strong.
Absolutely the case. You know, Joash Otero, you could see from his intro, incredibly unflappable, unshakable as the champion, but it looks like right here, right now, Kai Tavares is looking to break past that mental barrier and just be the one to claim the victory. You know, he wants another fight out of Las Vegas. What can I say?
Yeah, I mean, coming out of Nevada all the way out here to TCB, they know the league they want to fight in, and it's Thai Championship Boxing, and making the long trek to come here and battle, and he's doing just that.
Yeah, and one thing we've noted already about Tavares is the fact that he's willing to take punishment if it means that he's going to be able to get something in return. That being said, I do think Otero got a little bit too much punishment there in that exchange, and I think Tavares off that is going to start playing a bit more reactively. He was in the driver's seat starting things off. That stagger, I think, definitely kind of put in the perspective of things being the burden of Joash Otero to stabilize here, but now that things have kind of calmed down as we move through this round number 1 of 5, I do think Otero is starting to look a lot more comfortable. Big sweep, big pickup, and I think that this little sweep is going to be enough for them to maybe fix that elbow guard that has dropped.
Yeah, I already see a little blood coming out of Kai's nose as well.
Oh, yeah.
So, you know, Josh must have connected with something there to get that nose bleeding. That's always a good sign if you're the offensive guy, to get your opponent bleeding in the early rounds.
Not really the welcome to Virginia that Kai Tavares was looking for here in the first round, guys.
Big jumping knee, opening up Tavares, who's all the way up against the ring ropes with no way out. They're going to fall into a clinch. Otero going to have this broken up by the bell, but what a way for the blue corner to reassert dominance after that slippery start.
Yeah. Yeah, Kai put his hands up at the end of that round, but I'm not sure he got that round. It was back and forth, but I believe it went maybe Josh's way.
Yeah, I think so too, especially there at the end like you guys were just mentioning.
And now the question becomes, what is Kai going to be able to do to stabilize what has already been done in terms of damage to him, you know? Oftentimes, once something starts bleeding, that becomes a target in the future. Now, of course, a nosebleed's a little bit different than like a welt on your face developing and opening up like that. But I think that Otero is getting very quick, instant feedback that his strategies are working. And from there, the burden now shifts back over to the challenger, as it always is, right? Can this 12-6 fighter bring it back and show that they can actually be the ones reigning supreme at the end of the day, or has Otero already done enough to just keep the faith until the end?
Well, the thing that I worry about when you see the nose bleeding this early is his breathing. Is how much is that going to affect his breathing, which in turn affects his stamina.
Right, exactly. Yeah, it is going to affect his breathing, and losing blood is never a good thing either. So, yeah, we'll see. Wow. Otero brought that right high kick up like a punch. Jeez, that was slick.
I think it's pretty clear that Kai has weapons on him. The problem is, right now, Otero is just redoubling efforts to get notable damage in early in this one and then use the championship rounds coming in the future to really put this one away, as we see another jumping knee, and it seems like Tavares just hasn't developed a response to it. Back up against the ring ropes. It's going to be a clinch initiated, but that is out of desperation. Otero is happy to just kind of lean on his opponent, knowing that right now, to make a mark here in round number 2, Tavares has to use this remaining minute to actually get some notable damage done.
Oh, nice chopping leg kick from Otero there. That was a tough one. I felt that one. Nice right hand, and now you're starting to see a little bit more blood coming out of that nose, and you know.
And Brett, we saw the rule change right there, right? Where if you trap the leg, you can throw punches now.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
that just went into effect for tonight's fight, from what I understand.
Yeah, you trap that leg, fire off a nice punch, put him on his back maybe. Ooh. Yeah.
Joash Otero just hit so hard for his size, man.
Yeah.
So controlled as well. We aren't seeing freewheeling attempts at chasing after an opening, things like that. Otero knows that right now he is in control. He just got to keep it there. Tavares almost lands the head kick. Good guard. High. Otero is able to stabilize.
Yeah, that head kick got through clean. Ooh, and then Otero throws one back at him.
Nice.
Really good exchanges here.
Tavares has got some great teep kicks, some great front kicks straight down the middle. He's got to keep using those, using his boxing and mixing it up. Nice trap there. Good round number 2.
Beautiful.
And this is looking interesting. Tavares still feeling confident, arms up, coming back over to the corner, showing he's got a lot left in the tank. The thing is, he's got to be able to bring it to bear. Sometimes you see this at the very highest levels of the TCB. It isn't necessarily just about your conditioning. Conditioning, obviously, especially as you go to championship rounds, is incredibly important. But if you're just filtered out in terms of times in which you could be offensive, sometimes you just aren't able to bring all that hard work into the ring itself. Otero is just controlling the pace of things. And while we are seeing great tools fired off by Tavares, including that head kick that you pointed out there, Chris, I don't know if it's enough for me to say that's going to the red corner. I think that's 2-0 right now in the round count in favor of the reigning champion.
So I thought that round was a lot more competitive. I would have given that first round clearly to Otero. I might be in the minority on that, but I think this second round was much closer, in my opinion.
Yeah, absolutely. It was definitely a little bit closer there.
And we always say you don't leave it into the judges' hands. You never know what's going to happen. So I would say both fighters need to step it up right here. Try to win a round decisively.
Yeah, absolutely. I want to see Tavares maybe. Oh, nice.
Kick traps on either side, neither of them going to lead to a knockdown or much in the way of offense. And Chris, I'm really happy that we have implemented that rule as you talk about. In a lot of cases, a sweep doesn't do much except for make a statement. I think that judges have gotten wise to the fact that just trapping a leg isn't necessarily enough to win you a Muay Thai bout. And so now that you're actually able to get offense, I can see why they're going for this a little bit more. And why in kind, we are starting to see maybe a reduction in kick rate compared to what we saw in the earlier rounds. As you get more sluggish, you don't want to all of a sudden just get punched in the face because you threw out a quick teep.
Yeah, absolutely. And you can tell both of these fighters showing signs of wear on their body right now, which is the tail of the tape. I mean, these guys have been fighting a very even battle so far, and their battle wounds are showing it. If you look at the midsection of both these guys, they're bright red.
Yeah. Yeah, some nice boxing on the inside there from Tavares, but Otero coming back with some great stuff as well.
You know, Brent, we've seen some good boxing here tonight, and shameless plug here. I know you guys have a Championships League boxing event coming up here next month, right?
Yes, sir. Thank you for plugging it. Champions League Boxing coming to the Salisbury Center February 15th. Make sure you guys are in-house for that. First fight will start at 2 p.m. And, yeah, some boxing sanctioned by USA Boxing. So if you're into boxing, you want to see some hands being thrown, make sure you guys are here in-house February 15th.
In terms of hands being thrown, we're seeing that a lot from both of these fighters. I think that Tavares has really ramped up in this one. Look at that aggression, a charge forward, trying to get past Otero's guard. Otero out of the blue corner, maybe slightly overextending for the first time, not heavily punished for doing so. But Tavares, light on his feet, still feeling like he may have the conditioning advantage, pins the leg, gets a good takedown. Gonna split things up here, and that's gonna be a reprimand for an attempted trip.
I thought that was fair game. Nice job from Tavares to finish the round strong, and that's a round that could have gone Tavares' way. I'm not sure how the judges are going to score that one.
Yep,
but
I think that was the first one that I would swing his way.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm in the same boat here as Chris. I do think that right now this may be an uphill battle for the challenger, but notably, it does feel like with that bout, the gradient that he's having to go at is a little bit lighter than what we saw before, and it could come down to that conditioning. Tavares looked energetic, looked very good, and I gotta say, I don't know if Otero is prepped for these 2 championship rounds.
That's it. That's what I was gonna say. We've seen Joash Otero there before, but we have not seen Tavares there, and it might just be because he's not local. We don't know, but yeah, this is where the men are made, right here in the championship rounds.
not for nothing, Tavares is playing to the crowd. He looks pretty darn fresh to me. And let's see what both of these guys will come out for in the championship rounds here.
Yeah, I don't know what kind of witchcraft or wizardry we saw in the corner, but that nosebleed's pretty much gone, and it looks like Tavares still isn't breathing open-mouthed or anything like that. Seems to have weathered that, and now he's just looking to bring this one home.
Yeah, and he's bouncing around beautifully. No signs of him being gassed or anything.
What I will say is that Tavares is not only just knocked down right there, but he's giving way too much space to Otero, who knows that he just opened up this in a massive way. There's the count. This means that Tavares is definitively now on the back foot, needs to try to find something, but it looks like he's totally rattled. And here comes Otero, straight through the guard, elbows, knees, all being employed here as Tavares is just looking for a way to stabilize.
I heard the thud of that right hand up here, man, and that was something.
Well, I'm standing about 5 feet away from these guys right now, and the look on Joash Otero's face is like primitive look. I mean, he looks like an animal right now. He smells blood in the water, and he is attacking.
Yeah, as he should.
Tavares, the other side of that primal coin, though, Chris. Maybe like prey animal, just trying to find a way to survive and stabilize. Going to be given a bit of a breather as his elbow guard slipped just a little bit here. But what I'm looking at right now is somebody who, for the first time, has really lost footing in this fight. Even when we thought Tavares was trailing a little bit in those earlier rounds, this is the first time where he really seems stagnant and off his game plan.
Oh, he's ready to go. He got his elbow pads put back on, and he is walking toward Otero, not afraid at all.
And we're going to have to see whether I can keep that going, and it doesn't look like it. Once again, just right back up against the ropes, Chris, and now Otero finds himself in an advantageous position. Attempted trade. We saw a knee slip past Otero's guard, but it didn't do much damage. Tavares needs to do that again and really try to bring this home.
So, Brent, the thing about Tavares is his guard is not bad. His hands are up like they're supposed to be, but Otero's strikes are so precise. He's finding a way to sneak those through the guard.
Yeah, and that right hand that dropped him came around his guard, kind of hit him on the ear and really kind of disoriented him, I believe. But like you say, he's keeping his guard up well, and that's why he's not absorbing as many shots as Otero's throwing out, because Otero is coming with the kitchen sink here.
He really is. But that little front kick, that little push kick that Tavares just threw to Otero's chest caught the bottom of his chin. That was a really nifty little kick there.
Yeah. I see a little bit more blood coming out of Tavares' nose here.
What a fight.
And, going into the 5th round here, what a heck of a fight for our audience. And I think Josh might have started pulling away there in the 4th round. Let's see what Tavares is going to come with here in this last round.
You know, as much as I do think that Otero's gotten the damage in, the one thing that you can give Tavares and the red corner is that I really think he still has superior conditioning. You see how energetic he is between rounds. Blood trailing out of his nose, flopping all around the floor.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter. And I think that Otero really is in the last reserves of his energy. You could see him, his body language, just very different from the challenger side. And if he cannot bring this one home in the last 2 minutes of hell he's about to go through, there is a chance that Tavares pulls this out of nowhere.
Yeah, this fight is still up in the air. Tavares has not shown any signs of defeat. And Otero.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the 5th and final round. Let's hear it for both these guys.
Yeah, let's go. Heck of a title fight here at 125 pounds. These guys, neither of these guys are going to be easy to beat here in this weight class.
Honestly, we see some great fights here at TCB. Every one of our TCB events. This is one of the best matched fights I've seen in a long time.
Yeah, nonstop action from both of these guys, from bell to bell, and really a treat for the fans.
Worth the price of admission just to watch this one.
Yeah, yeah, you said it right.
As we enter into this final championship round, one thing to note here is that I think Tavares is kind of in that same position where he's giving up a lot of space over to Otero. And notably, whenever he teeps, is actually setting himself back. That being said, that's a good shot to start things off. And I think now it's blood in the water for both sides. Otero going to buy a bit of breathing space by getting that knockdown. But Tavares is looking to approach and looking to bring this to an end.
So going back to what I was just saying a minute ago about how precise Otero's striking is, he threw a spinning back elbow with Tavares' guard up, and it still found its way through. That is incredible.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's a certain component of luck there, but wow, what a strike there.
And both fighters really throwing some nice. Did you see Tavares come in with that front elbow, upwards elbow? I mean, that's a hard elbow to land. It's a very unique type of elbow, and that one landed nice too. A little bit more blood coming out here in this last round from Tavares' nose. And let's see if Otero can smell the blood in the water and start to come on strong.
20 seconds left in this one. Right now, Otero, feeling confident, is actually just dialing back that aggression just a little bit here. Looking to see if Tavares is going to overextend. Desperate to try to find a scoring opportunity, given that knockdown from earlier. Otero happy to just ride this out in the clinch for the time being as we move to the 10-second mark and the clappers come out.
Wow. Oh, man. 10 seconds left.
Let's keep going. Turn the clock off. Let's keep going.
There's the bell, and that is it.
Wow.
Look at the end here. Tavares flying all the way in from Nevada, making a statement. But the question is it enough to bring down Joash Otero?
Great battle from both of these warriors, and neither one show with the body language of defeat. I thought Otero might have edged it out on the scorecards, but we'll have to see what the judges ultimately call.
To come through 12-6 on either side, so even in so many different counts. I'm so happy that we got this one to go the distance here, Brent. It's a testament to the fact that TCB, pulling from all areas of the United States, is really coming out as not only a regional powerhouse, but a powerhouse in Muay Thai in general. And hopefully, we will be able to bring back Kai Tavares for another round here in the flyweight division because, man, that was quite the showing.
Yeah, I mean, this kid comes out all the way from Nevada to fight our champion here, Joash Otero from Shift Combat Sports out of Newport News, Virginia, and man, what a fight it was. I mean, Josh with the firepower and some serious firepower for the weight class, but Kai Tavares, a game fighter. Look at the referee or the ring announcer Chris congratulating both of these guys. For him to say, and he's seen a lot of fights, for him to say that this is one of the best fights he's seen, that says a lot. Because I know Chris has seen a lot of fights inside of this TCB ring, and both of these guys fought their hearts out, and there's no loser in this one.
No loser, but there will be a single champion crowned tonight. The question is, will it be Otero retaining the title for another defense, or will it be Kai Tavares reigning on high for the very first time here in Thai Championship Boxing?
Yeah, I want to see what the judges score and how they score it. This is going to be interesting. Let's send it down to Chris.
Ladies and gentlemen, let me just tell you, I have been doing this for a long time. That is one of the best TCB fights I have ever seen in my life. Unbelievable. And let's hear it one more time for Tavares over here, making it all the way out from Las Vegas to take this fight. Thank you so much. I wish we could have kept that fight going all night, but we do have to go to the judges' scorecards for a decision. Judge 1 scores the bout 49-46, Judge 2 scores the bout 48-47, and Judge 3 scores the bout 49-46, all in favor of your winner by unanimous decision. And still TCB champion, it's Joash Otero.
Congratulations once again to Joash Otero, defending his title successfully here in the flyweight division, and reigning from on high what is one of the strongest sets of fighters here in TCB, Brent.
Yeah, he represented Virginia well, and really represented his team well, and he's going to get an interview from the lovely Jess.
You look familiar too. Congratulations. Before we get to this, what a fight, guys. I totally agree with Chris. And also thank you again to Kai for coming all the way from Las Vegas. That was just excellent, excellent fighting. But here we are, and here you are. And I normally don't ask this question up front, but after such a well-matched fight, how does this feel coming out of that one?
This feels really good. This is a new milestone for me. I've had some tough fights, but never had anyone, come this far out just to try and take what's mine. So I would like to thank you, Kai, for coming here and giving me an awesome fight. It takes a lot to come out, across the country on a promotion in enemy territory and come here and go up against, the champion who's defended a couple times. So I really appreciate that, and, it means a lot for me.
And he came to the cold. I feel sorry for him. So in such a well-matched and excellent fight, I mean, it really was, obviously he got a slight injury in the first round. What weaknesses did you feel you were able to expose during that fight to pull off this victory?
I think a big part of it came from the adjustments I started to make as the fight went on. I saw his game plan kind of unraveling a little bit, especially when I started to do a little bit more damage to him and I saw a little bit more openings. I was listening to my coach a lot, and we worked a lot on our right hand for this fight. Seems to be put to good use. So, yeah, that's kind of what I saw as the fight went on.
We thank you for this. It's amazing. I'm super happy for you. You're always fun to interview. And what's up next for you? Where are you going? What are you doing? Let us know.
Next stop is Grand Nationals in Delaware this year to compete for a spot on the IFMA team. And then I am competing again this year in the ISKA tournament in Thailand in May of 2025 this year in Bangkok. So we're looking forward to that, and we'll see what comes after that. But we have a lot lined up this year, and we're just getting started.
I look forward to seeing what you do, and congratulations again, Josh. My pleasure.
Wow, this TCB champ is going to take it far. How many title belts can they stack up on him? Jeez, this kid is something else.